back at it again, and we got the wonderful Candace Owens back again. Apparently today she is eulogizing BLM. Oh man. Sheesh Louise. So you know we gotta check this out. Alright? You know we gotta check it out, okay? So before we hop into it, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, what are you waiting on? Hit that subscribe button right now and join the family. While you're at it, hit that bell button down below as well so you're notified when these videos drop. And if you would like to follow me on social media, all of those links are down below. My Discord server, my Twitter, my Instagram, my Truth Social, and everything else, okay, that you could possibly think of to follow me on. It is all in the description box below. And with all that being said, let's dive in.
So the premiere went off without a hitch. It was absolutely amazing. It was great to have all of my friends be a part of it. We had a lot of warriors, cultural warriors.
Oh, I forgot. I need to check out the documentary. Dang. Also, I also need to watch the Uncle T documentary, the part 2. I saw part 1, but I have not seen part 2. Gotta check those out for sure. Anyway, let's continue on.
As I would say, that attended. We had Brittany Aldean. As you know, she notoriously stood up to the trans agenda and caught a lot of heat within country music. That is the wife of Jason Aldean. He also attended. I think my favorite part of the evening was getting Kid Rock and Kanye West talking outside of the venue. They just had a total vibe about themselves. Everyone was in amazing spirits. We also had the entertainer Ray J there. Just a ton of people there to support, more importantly, my family. And I just want to express, and I'm going to give you guys the speech that I gave on stage. I just want to express my gratitude that I continually have an audience of people who listen to and support me and who respond to me, who give me good feedback, who allow me to grow, who understand this most important mission for the future, a future which we need to determine for the sake of our children, my children. And it's the reason that I fight. I had an amazing team around me last night, family around me, and I guess I just want to give you guys that behind the scenes listen to what I said when I entered the stage. Take a listen.
Thank you so much. I'm honored to be here. I am honored to be able to speak out and eulogize the Black Lives Matter movement, the life and the death of an organization that tore this country apart. What can we say about Black Lives Matter? Well, the first thing that I would say is that we all know that it has been a scam. It has been a scam that is essentially operated.
You know something I just noticed? And I'm an idiot. I'm a complete idiot. I'm just now paying attention to this. You see that? You know, the fist. But in this case, it's got the money in it. Candace Owens and whoever designed this, they're genius. They're genius. I don't know how I never paid attention to that. I've seen that before, but never really gave it much thought, you know? Huh. Wow.
With a figurative gun to every single American's head. It is a scam that finds its basis in stupidity. People posting black squares is my favorite moment, I think, from the Black Lives Matter movement, demanding that every single person post a black square to prove that they weren't racist. This documentary was one of the most important things for me to make, and there's a ton of people in this room that I need to thank for this moment and bringing this to the public. But it was important for me to make because it is really the story of the media. It was Malcolm X that warned us of the media's power, how it can make friends your enemies and enemies your friends, how it can tell you to hate someone overnight, and we essentially get in line. The media truly is the most powerful entity on earth, and there was no greater example of that in my lifetime than the George Floyd story. We decided to name it The Greatest Lie Ever Sold because what the media is in the business of is selling lies to
Facts.
people and their households and getting people to hate one another. This story was personal to me because when I went out into the public sphere and I interjected just a little bit of truth, which you guys are going to see, I was castigated not only by the media, but by my own black peers. I was told that I wasn't allowed to say the truth about who and what George Floyd was because the victim narrative felt too good, and people had become so comfortable in being the victim and being treated like the victim. I believe honestly that what we are seeing in America is an entire group of people that are being trained to race to the bottom. People are fighting to be oppressed. People want to be able to jump on board and accuse one another of oppressing constantly. What I was talking to about with my friend Ye is that we are very quickly arriving in a trauma economy.
It's the oppression Olympics. Who's the most oppressed? My oppression versus yours. Who wins? Man, oh man. Whew. Am I glad that my eyes have been opened? Because, who knows where I'd still be today had my eyes not been open to the BS. Had I not taken a step back and just looked at things from an even and open perspective, a neutral perspective, and realized, man, this is all BS. This is all lies. So happy that happened. But anyway.
Where people want to constantly pretend to be traumatized by various instances, and what it's ultimately doing is it's weakening all of us. It's weakening all of our relationships with one another. And I think the greatest thing is that it's weakening our relationship with God. We exist together as one nation under God, right?
Indivisible.
It's important to say under God, not beside God, not on top of God, not above God, but under God. And what this culture has become largely has been an atheist culture. And I can talk to you about how they did it to Black America, and it's important to understand the story of Black America, because if Black America was the experiment in understanding how you could sell trauma to a group of people, then right now they are running that experiment on all human beings across the globe, focusing on Black America first and seeing what happens to a group of individuals that buys the victim narrative, that believes that they can be nothing else but oppressed. They never get ahead in their lives, they never are at the top of companies, and they are consistently told that it's because of racism and not because they have no belief in themselves. I want to obviously allow you guys to watch documentaries, so I don't want to say too much other than to first and foremost thank God. I had the most liberal route to conservatism, and I grew up in an incredibly religious household, and I resented that when I became a teenager and throughout my college years. I resented that, and I became a more secular individual, convinced that atheism was the path for me. But I now realize that by destroying that pillar of faith in American society, every other ill has followed. When we talk about why it is that we have so many Black Americans that can't read and so many Black Americans that can't get ahead, it's because after they destroyed the God pillar, they went after families. It is why the topic of broken families is not a joke. It is not a joke. People will tell you the incarceration rates that face Black men, but they won't communicate to you how many of those Black men grew up without a father in a home. The denigration of men that we are seeing in society with movements like Me Too,
and you won't hear about all of that on mainstream media either. Mainstream media isn't going to be pushing that out. Nope, not a single bit of it. Not 1 ounce. But you know what they will push out? More division. More oppression. You know what the left will continue to spew out? More government assistance. Hey, it's all right if you're just out there, doing your thing, spreading your legs, dropping babies all over the place. Don't matter. You don't need the dad at home. Don't worry about it. We'll come take care of you. Just make sure on election day, you know what to do. Now come on over and get this check. I'm just saying.
migration of men that we are seeing in society with movements like Me Too, with movements like Time's Up, fraudulent movements that are actually around just to disempower manhood and to make manhood. We are seeing in society with movements like Me Too, with movements like Time's Up, fraudulent movements.
What's the Time's Up movement? I'm not hip to that. I remember the Me Too. But I'm not familiar with the Time's Up one. Let me know about it in the comment section, please.
Movements that are actually around just to disempower manhood and to make manhood obsolete. Let me tell you, there is no country and there is no household within a country that can survive without strong men. We need men.
Facts.
But the radicalized feminist movement is teaching us the exact opposite. It is teaching us that women can do it all by themselves, and that to aspire to family and to aspire to children and to aspire to being a CEO, as women are in their households, is something that should be looked down upon. It is because they destroyed family, and it's because Black America has a 74% single motherhood rate that we are seeing these individuals turn to culture naturally. Because the government knows that if there's not a mom and a dad sitting around the dinner table, then those kids are going to pursue maternity and paternity elsewhere. That elsewhere tends to be the streets. That elsewhere tends to be when they put on their headphones and they listen to hip hop music. And suddenly they are emulating the people that they see on their screens and on TV shows, aspiring to that lifestyle and not aspiring to something better. The last pillar, beyond faith and beyond family, that we have to talk about is the education system, which is systematically teaching children to be dumb and to be emotional so that they can use narratives like the Black Lives Matter.
They're teaching kids that the way that woman acted in Walmart is totally fine. It's completely okay. You can act the fool all you want to. We'll be there for you. We'll create a safe space for you and coddle your feelings. Man, oh man, are we in trouble if we don't get this back on track? Because things are getting out of hand. They are really getting out of hand. They truly are. And I've stated this before. There needs to be a complete overhaul of the schooling system. Complete overhaul. There has to be. There has to be an overhaul. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Just saying.
Narratives to inspire them to go outside and to act like fools. And that obviously is a pillar that many people in this room have been fighting. And it is the ultimate fight because what we are fighting for is for our children to know the truth. And you understand that, of course, in this room, we represent counterculture. We did this countercultural thing by talking about God and talking about families for whatever reason that is against the stream, the mainstream, if you will, media. But the most important thing is to make sure that we fight for the future of our children. They cannot survive in this world.
That's really it. Beyond that, I thanked my incredible team, which made this documentary possible. I mean, I just can't express to you enough how grateful I am.
So yeah,
thank you for joining me.
Completely agree with everything Candace said, and honestly makes me even more excited to watch the documentary. We've checked out both trailers of the documentary, I believe. I think I checked out the second one with you guys. Yes, I did. Sorry, like I've stated, man. These videos be blending together. You know, I don't know which most of the time I can't remember which videos I watched on my own and which videos I actually made a video on with you guys, checked out with you guys, and talked about it. Man, yeah. So I'm positive that we've checked out both of the trailers. There was a trailer that came out. Was it earlier this year? Yeah, it was earlier this year. It was earlier this year, and then there was a trailer that came out like last week, I believe, that we checked out as well. If you haven't seen those, definitely go and check them out. They're right here on the channel. And if you have the time, go check out the documentary. I'm going to. Maybe I'll do an update and let you guys know what I thought about it. Yeah, actually, that might not be a bad video. You know, kind of like a my thoughts on a documentary kind of video. Let me know if you guys would be interested in something like that. But yeah, Candace Owens was spot on with those pillars. They have completely destroyed the family, right? Which we have to get back to. And they've tried to demonize some folks that have come out and spoken highly of, you know, putting family first, which is just wild to me. Like, you demonize that. It's just crazy. But then our schools, man, I mean, that is very, very, very important. They are brainwashing our youth and teaching them that acting crazy is the right thing to do, or is okay to do. With the direction that our school system has gone in, they're not even really a school anymore. They don't really teach. They're just a glorified daycare at this point. That's all they are. Just a big public daycare. Because they aren't teaching these kids. Well, I take that back. They are teaching kids something, just the wrong thing. They're teaching kids to act like the chick was acting in Walmart. They aren't teaching reading, writing, science, and math, and like relevant subjects and topics that can truly help these individuals in real life, in the real world. It's absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And we got to do something about it. We can't let them continue to get by with this BS. But anyway, as always, y'all let me know what you thought about this one in the comment section below. Like, share, comment. Hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out.